The 17 types of steak. There are many different types, sizes, and cuts of steak. From rare to fully cooked, they can be prepared in a variety of ways to suit each person's preferences. Each cut of a steak has its own distinct flavors and characteristics, as well as variations in marbling. Every cut of a steak should be tasty, regardless of how it is prepared. We will go over the various steak varieties that are delectable and conveniently accessible to you. 17. Culotte steak. It comes from the most flavorful part of the top sirloin and is cut from the same muscle as the steak Brazilian churrascaria referred to as picanha. It's skinny, but tender and wonderful. 16. Denver steak. The underblade portion of the chuck roll, which is best known for its flavorful roasts but also produces some less well-known steaks, is where Denver steaks, a well-known meat cut, are produced. 15. Rump steak. Prior to cooking, they should have been marinated for at least 4 to 5 hours for the finest results. In a cast iron skillet over high heat, sear a rump steak until it reaches the medium rare stage. 14. Tri-tip steak. A tri-tip steak is one of the most delicate and flavorful of all steaks when cooked properly. Cook the steak over high heat, but do not overcook it. The finest flavor and texture come from medium rare to medium well doneness. 13. Flap steak. A flap steak is made from the sirloin's underside, close to the flank of the cow. An advantage of marinating a flap steak is its loose grain. Flap steaks should be grilled over medium-high heat. 12. Tomahawk steak. The size of a tomahawk's bone determines how thick its meat is. However, the majority are 2 inches or smaller. Despite being enormous, they are not too challenging to prepare. 11. London broil steak. Typically, a top round cut of beef from the back is used to make this steak. Just make check with the butcher first, as sometimes flank steaks are also marketed as London broil. 10. Sirloin steak. These boneless steaks, which are frequently referred to as top sirloin, come from the sirloin region of a cow, around the rear of the animal. Sirloin steaks don't have a lot of intramuscular marbling or fat content. 9. Short ribs. Due to their low cost and availability, short ribs are especially well liked. They come in either thick or thin pieces. For the best results, aim for medium rare. 8. Flat iron steak. The flat iron steak, sometimes referred to as a butler's steak and an oyster blade, is a wonderful, reasonably priced cut. The flat iron steak is a relatively recent steak cut that is taken from the chuck, lower neck and upper shoulder, part of a cow. 7. Skirt steak. Skirt steaks are quite tough because they have a lot of connective tissue. However, if cooked properly, one can be incredibly tender. Skirt steaks are among the richest and butteriest of all steaks because of the high quantities of fat in them. 6. Flank steak. This cut comes from the cow's abdominal muscles back portion. However, with careful and appropriate cooking, it may be a deliciously tender piece of meat. 5. Porterhouse/T-bone steak. Although these steaks are really delicious, they take a little longer to cook than normal steaks because of the two differing fat concentrations. We advise treating porterhouse steaks similarly to strip steaks. 4. Hanger steak. If you love steak, you must try the hanger steak even if it may not be as well known as the ribeye or tenderloin. This cut originates from a cow's belly. This cut hangs from the diaphragm between the ribs and the cow's loin. 3. Strip steak. These are also referred to as top sirloin steaks, New York strip steaks, and Kansas City strip steaks, with the bone. This strip was taken from a cow's short loin. 2. Tenderloin steak aka filet mignon. A cut from the cow's loin is the tenderloin steak. The filet mignon steak is another name for it. Tenderloins are said to be less delicious than many other cuts of meat due to their extreme leanness. 1. Ribeye steak. The ribeye steak, one of the most well-known steak varieties available. These steaks are among the fattest of the bunch and are occasionally referred to as Delmonico steaks, because Delmonico's restaurant in New York City helped to popularize them.